probably Googled this video and found it, but you can also save money by avoiding little, I guess, pitfalls that are going to get you in a situation where you can get scammed on eBay if you are a seller. And I'm going to make this clear for everyone, because on eBay, sellers have been scammed in the past. I once read that someone shipped a phone, an iPhone, a really expensive iPhone. The person said it didn't work. eBay created a return, and as soon as the quote-unquote phone gets returned to you, you would have the credit back to the buyer. Well, sometimes the buyer, and this has happened, you can Google this, has actually sent the iPhone box, but instead of having the iPhone in it, maybe a large rock. And as soon as that package gets scanned, that it was received by the seller, being you, then eBay credits the buyer. So you really have to be careful. In this particular situation, I'm going to go over what happened to me personally, and hopefully this can help you and save you some money from being scammed. We're talking about an item, and I'm going to bring it up here, that was total, with the cost of the item and the shipping, $765.73. So we're talking about a high value item here. And the date that we sold it was on the 4th of February. This was for a machine. It was listed under industrial. So February the 4th, I tracked it all the way. The person paid by PayPal, by the way. And you have to look out for red flags that are going to make you say, before you ship the item out. So that's exactly what we did. In this case, the person's eBay username had nothing to do with the shipping address as far as the name. So the person's name was not up here, rather a commercial, I guess, or a business address, Barami Logistics. So the next thing I did after that was I looked up the buyer's feedback, and the buyer, if you look closely here, had positive feedback 100%. You can see that up here. Positive feedback for the last 12 months, 100%. And there's their username, Barrett Shoda. 217 is their feedback score. 100% feedback. And I thought, okay, well, it's a good buyer. I'm the seller. I'll go ahead and ship it. But you want to go into the feedback page that you have under feedback that the buyer has left for others. And here's where the situation gets really scary for us. I started looking at the feedback that this buyer had left for others, and out of the last 19, you can see here that this buyer has left 37, but on the last 19 feedback, 14 of them were negative. And this is the first page of the feedback. You can see the person writing in comments such as, beware of scammer, used other people's images to sell an iPhone he never had. So I'm thinking here, this person probably received the iPhone and then created a return through the eBay system and put all this stuff. Now you also want to pay attention to not only the person's comments, but what the buyer has, or the seller has put for him or her. Buyer never paid, used with many accounts, sale was canceled, he is a scammer. Here's another one, buyer never paid. So it was probably, and this is another seller, as you can see here, put the same thing. Now we go to the next page for this buyer, and the same thing. You can see more negative comments, I mean, everywhere, just about everywhere. So that raised a red flag for us. So before I even packaged the machine, which, like I showed you before, was an expensive piece of equipment, we're talking about over $750 with shipping and everything, I called eBay. I got eBay on the phone and I said, I want feedback from you guys. What should I do as a seller? Because a lot of things raised red flags for me. The feedback this person has left for others, and then the fact that the address was like a business. It wasn't the person's name. And another thing that I want to point out is, while before I sold the item, the person asked me questions and so forth, and the questions were like in broken English, like if the person didn't speak English properly. So that raised a flag. And after the sale, the person was sending me messages through the eBay system. Hey, can you send this ASAP? I need this ASAP. And the times that the buyer was sending me information was like in the middle of the night, our time, which kind of question to me was, this person is either a night owl or probably in another country. But anyway, with the conversation with eBay, I asked eBay, listen, I want to protect myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a video or different videos of me packaging the contents properly, putting in proper protection around the item so it doesn't get damaged, a wooden crate, etc., etc. And I videoed the whole thing, over 4 minutes of video, and I also took pictures. And then once you get on your sale page on eBay and you're ready to ship, let's say if it's FedEx or UPS, you can add signature, and it costs you a little bit more, like $2 or $3 more. And there's different types of signature, like a physical signature by the person that's on the address, or a picture or a signature from anyone. I just took the most expensive one. It was like $5 or $6. But anyway, what you see here is we sold the item on February the 4th. The next day, the 5th, it was already accepted by FedEx, and it was delivered 6 days later. It had to go cross country from the West Coast all the way to the East Coast. I have all that documented with the FedEx tracking number. And then I printed this today. Today's February the 26th, and I'll tell you why. It shows that it was delivered and then signed for by and the name of the person. And that, oh, here's the option, direct signature required. I put that on the sale page. As you can see, it was a heavy machine, 91 pounds. It wasn't light. That's why the shipping cost so much. But it went from here, from Arizona, all the way to Wilmington, Delaware, cross country. It took a long trip to get there. Anyway, 6 days later, it was there. Here's where it gets a little scary for us. On the 25th, yesterday, the seller, Barami Logistics, sent us this message. What's this, man? You have written that machine is used 3 to 5 times and it's not working. And that's what we put on our listing. There's problem of vacuum. There has parts that is changed. Maybe you changed. It's not used 3-5 times. And why you send me unworkable machine? What's this? It's not working. So this was already a cause for concern for us. The buyer, where they're complaining that this machine is not working, and also they sent us this picture, the damaged crate. I mean, this looks like it was dropped from like 2 stories. And thankfully for us, we videotaped the whole contents inside being packaged with heavy duty foam, hard foam, soft foam, bubble wrap, everything. And then we also took a video of the actual hinges on the crates, like you see here, being closed. All this was 100% documented on video, and we let eBay know this from the get-go, from the beginning. Why is this important? Because all the messages we got from the person showed that it was a different time, and I Googled time in Georgia country, which is why we believe the person is in Georgia. Not Atlanta, Georgia, but Georgia, the country. So let me go into different things that I started to do before I even called eBay, because, again, the person started creating this problem. I went on Google and I typed eBay Barami Logistics. And I found, guys, start looking at this. I am from Georgia, near Black Sea. I use Logistic Postal Company, Barami Logistics, from eBay. This person, which I believe is a scammer, had created information where eBay closed the case on the seller's favor. And this person here is the buyer. And you can see that here. And they said they use Barami Logistics. Okay, so now I see that Barami Logistics takes packages from the US and sends them over to Georgia. You can see that here again, Georgia. And then another courier scam, eBay Community. I started to see that and kind of put two and two together after doing a search under eBay Barami Logistics. Then I did another search, Barami Logistics scam in general, no eBay on it. And I found this website, Barami.us. And then also they're going under different names now. Barami Logistics with an X. Same address, Wilmington, Delaware. But I went to the website, and I'll show you here something. And I started to look deeper into this. And you can see that the services this company offers is container loading and auto export, internet shopping, air freight, and here we go. Custom clearance calculator in Georgia. And boom, here we go. I started looking closely at the addresses that this company is using. And right here, 735 South Market Street, Wilmington, Delaware, which is the same address this got shipped to. So what we did is we called eBay on the phone after this person had put in that message to us that the machine is not working, and I gave them all this information. You got to have this information with you as far as what you already found, because the rep on the phone, sometimes they're just novices. And sure enough, they went, while they were on the phone with us, they went to the website Barami.us, and they found out for themselves that this is a courier company that takes items from the US, from sellers in the US on eBay, and granted also Amazon, and then ships it overseas to the Russian Federation. Barami Logistics is doing this, and they're shipping it to Georgia. Immediately, the rep on the phone said, you don't need to worry about it. If this buyer creates an eBay case, quote unquote, we will go on your favor because everything's been documented. Oh, by the way, the rep on the phone also found documentation on our account that when we called eBay before we shipped it, that I had this concern, and I then videotaped it. So then what eBay told us to do is get the video that you already have, upload it to YouTube, send it to the buyer as a YouTube unlisted video. So it's not listed for you guys to see in the public, but it's an unlisted video that only the person that has the link can see it. But I showed them the video, I emailed it to them showing that everything was documented, and then the serial number was also documented on the video that also matched the serial number on one of the eBay pictures on our listing. So guys, if you're taking notes, if you are going to be a victim of being scammed, a lot of buyers are doing this overseas. They are buying the stuff from you and then creating an issue and hopefully trying to drain some money off of you. But you have to be on your toes, because there's another website, I'm going to bring it up here, badbuyerlist.org, that you can check out. And then there's other addresses pretty much by the same company, but different addresses throughout the country, where they are just like this company. They're a logistics company that takes stuff from US sellers and ships it overseas. I don't know if they're at fault for this, if they're just like the middle person, but you can see this is written here in Russian here, by the way. And you can kind of tell that people from the other side of the world are doing this, trying to drain money from US sellers. But you have to document the information. Take videos, take pictures, call eBay before you ship out your item so that there's a documentation from eBay that you called them showing your concern. But this is another source, badbuyerlist.org. Folks, if you feel this video was helpful to you, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel. We are looking for ways in helping people saving money. And one way you save money is avoid being scammed by eBay, because if they judge against your favor, you lost your money. And I was thinking, this guy, since this was a heavy package, 91 pounds, let me bring that up right here, 91 pounds, that if eBay favored on their behalf, that they would probably put like 4 or 5 cinder blocks in that crate, send it back to me, and as soon as it was scanned that it was received by the seller, us, they would give them all this money back, and then we would be out of money and also out of the actual item. They might have kept the item. So they're probably trying to fabricate all this stuff that the item does not work, because that's what the buyer put on the eBay message that we just got yesterday. But the item does work, and part of the video that we took is the item actually powering on and showing that it's working. This machine that this person claims that now is not working. So again, if you feel all this was helpful to you, please give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions, post them on the comment section below. Maybe there's someone else that has gone through something similar and can help you. If it's not me that can answer the question, maybe someone else can, but put it out there and maybe someone else can help. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel, and until next time.